How y'all doing? Doing good.
After getting a chance to kind of marinate on what you did that first game and watch the film and everything, what did you take away from that?
I think just looking back at the game, there's just a couple plays that obviously we want back and a couple of things we can do to clean up to put us in a better opportunity to win the game, right? It's great to have a chance to obviously, you're emotional flying home on the plane, watching the game. You watch it from an emotional standpoint the first 2-3 times on a long plane ride. And then, Monday being able to come in and dive into the film, talk about it more objectively, was great to see, like, hey, how can we get better as an offense? How can we sustain drives? How can we not stop ourselves from moving the ball up and down the field? And so there's a lot of opportunities to do that, and that's why, we have practice. Had a great day today of cleaning up those operations. Obviously at home, but a little easier than a road crowd. So being able to clean up those operations, clean up those 2, 3, 4 plays that really the game came down to on Sunday. Yeah, I think, it's just focus, right? It's focus, discipline, just little things. And it starts with me at quarterback, but also sharing that with the guys that you never know which play it might be. You never know which third down it might be. You never know what 1st and 10 it might be, which run, which pass, which catch. So you have to stay locked in and focused throughout, a 70, 80 play game to maximize each and every play. Every play is extremely valuable. And so as an offense, we got to take advantage of each of them.
Arizona Republic, good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
Sorry to interject there.
No worries, you're good.
You talked about watching the game on the plane. You're emotional, you're frustrated. How frustrating is it to lose a game? Yeah,
it's always, we're all competitors, right? So, we pour so much into these games week in and week out. That is frustrating when you go out and lose, especially when you expect to win, especially when you had opportunities to win. And so that's the nature of the game. You never want to lose that because that feeling, you don't want to feel it each and every Sunday, right? So you want to do whatever it takes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday up until the game to feel the other side of it. And so for me, my rule is like 2 p.m. on Monday, flush the last game. Let's move on to the next one, whether it's a win or a loss, because each game is independent of each other. And so you still have to put in that same preparation and discipline to prepare each and every Sunday.
The offense is going to look, Josh, once you guys are able to open things up a little bit, go deeper maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I think the goal on offense is to get the ball in playmakers' hands. We have a lot of guys, James Conner, Zach Ertz, Rondell Moore, Hollywood, of course. Mike does a great job going down the field, making contested catches. Trey did a great job making plays. So obviously it was our first game out there as an offense, for sustained snaps and sustained drives. And so we'll have a ton of growth from week 1 to week 2, and we'll continue to grow as we continue to gel and mesh and get on the same page. So the offense will continue to get more efficient. And as it gets more efficient, we'll be able to sustain drives, create more explosive plays, get the ball in our playmakers' hands quicker, and allow them to do what they do with the football.
With you guys and the explosive plays, for instance, was that more a function of what they were trying to do to you and you guys were moving off of doing that, or did you guys not really look that much in terms of going deeper or going for big plays?
No, we had them in there, right? Like we hit the big reverse to Hollywood, we hit Rondell down the sideline in the first half. We had some shots up, which they started playing a lot of too high defense in the second quarter, which caused us to have to not be able 2-on-1. We can't throw it up, right? We had to protect the football, so it caused us not to be able to push it down. Then it started raining for a quarter. It was hard to, get go balls and double moves when it's pouring down rain. And then it was the fourth quarter, and, we were able to hit ball down the sideline. They went for 40 and got called back with 2 downfield. So, each game plan, it just depends, right? What's the defense doing, giving us what looks? Are they giving us the look to take and throw it down the field? And if they're not, as a quarterback, I have to be smart with the ball and understand that, patience is a virtue and those looks will come. And when they do come, as I've said, we have to take advantage of them. So, there'll be opportunities, and we're going to get our guys singled up down the field. And when we get those looks, we have to execute and take advantage of those opportunities.
What are your expectations of yourself this week compared to what they were last week going into the game with maybe just a handful of practices?
My expectations never change. My expectation is to go out, play good, clean, efficient football, protect the ball, and put the offense and the team in the position to win the game. And then, when we get the ball in our hands with the opportunity to win, to go down and win the game. That's my expectations. That's my expectations every time I step on the field. And so I know as an offense, the playmakers we all have that expectation. And so we'll be excited to get another shot at it this Sunday.
How much does the comfort level increase the more time you get working with this group?
It increases a lot, just being able to, as I've said, get on the same page, talk ball, pick each other's mind, know where we're going to be, whether it's, on time or, if we have to go out and make off-schedule plays. It just continues to grow each and every day, Every time you're able to get, a routes on air session or you're able to get some reps and team and stuff, it grows because sometimes in the game, like that was the first time throwing that route to that guy full speed just by the nature of the situation. And so, as I've said, it's taking advantage of every single rep or manufacturing extra reps to be able to get on the same page as quickly as possible. But, it's going to continue to grow. I feel like from where we were last Wednesday to this Wednesday, it's like night and day, just understanding each other, understanding the flow and the rhythm of the offense. And so it'll just continue to grow as we get more time and more time on task on the field.
What kind of things did you learn about this offense, these guys, playing with them in a full-speed situation?
Yeah, I love the fight. The fight and the effort was there. I love that. We were playing a really good front last Sunday, and the guys up front on our side did a great job battling, both when the ball was able to come out on time and when it wasn't. And so, obviously, that's an expectation, but it's good to see that, obviously, from them. And then the playmakers, man, we were able to spread the ball out, and when it was dry, we were able to sling it around. Those guys made plays. The ball's in their hand. Hollywood, of course, the big reverse. Rondell down the sideline. Ertz made some good contested catches. So we expect those guys to make plays, but it's always good, getting in the stadium and seeing that, especially from the quarterback perspective. And I know they'll continue to make plays for me. I'll continue to get the ball in their hands.
Where do you see the strengths of the Giants on defense?
They have a really good front as well. And we know that. They're very multiple on defense. Wink Martindale as their DC. I spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh when he was in Baltimore. So they can be very multiple and aggressive on defense, and that's where they're able to create splash plays. So as an offense, we have to do a good job of when the play's there. When it's not, we have to protect the football. In the secondary, I know they're young, but they're very dynamic. They match up very well in man. They do a really good job in zone coverage. So, obviously we saw last week's game. But, as I've said, each week in the NFL is independent of each other. So they're coming out expecting to win, coming out expecting to play well on the road, and we have to come out expect to play well at home for our season opener here in Arizona.
What's the level of excitement for playing in that home opener for you?
Oh, I'm very excited. So before I got here, I was like, damn, I would love to play just like inside in a dome. I see all these guys like get to sling the ball in domes. Like that looks so much fun. And then so I got out here. Obviously, it's a dome. Like, that's awesome. So I'm excited for a nice indoor, 75-degree game on the grass in there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to sling around and have some fun with it.
Drew and John said that they want to see kind of a crisper in and out of the huddle type of stuff. What does that look like, and what wasn't crisp about it?
Yeah, just communicating effectively on the road. It can be tough. Longer play calls. When you play a team that can be multiple, and you're trying to call plays to cover your bases in every situation, right? They give this look, we want this, but they give this look, we want this. And then if they happen to do this look that they've only showed a couple of snaps, we want to do this, right? Like play calls can get long, communication can sometimes be difficult. And so it's, as players, especially as quarterback, with it coming from me, efficiently getting the play in the ears to the guys in the huddle so they're able to communicate, make their calls. And now we're at the line of scrimmage with more time to operate and get into the right play. So, it starts with me making sure that we are being seamless and have very efficient communication. And once that gets started, then we're able to get to the line of scrimmage and get into the right play and play good, fast, efficient football.
Thanks, Josh.
Awesome. Appreciate y'all.